What do you call it when a government official who's running for a higher office in the government uses the power of their position and their party's cozy connection with big tech platforms to silence their critics and censor their political opponents? Most Americans would at the very least call that collusion, if not criminal. If, however, you're Democrat Katie Hobbs, you just call it another day at the office. Welcome to Political Pop Culture, where the important and the not-so-important issues of the day are broken down, discussed, and occasionally even mocked and ridiculed. I am your host, JP, and this is my take. According to emails recently released, Katie Hobbs, while serving as Secretary of State of the state of Arizona, used the influence of her position to have information that she didn't like removed from Twitter. This is a blatant violation of the civil rights of those people whose posts she had removed. I know what you're thinking. Yes, Twitter is a private company, and they have full autonomy to remove any content they see fit. We don't have to agree with the decisions that Twitter makes, but Twitter does have the right to allow or disallow any content they see fit on their servers. However, the state, or in this case, someone acting in representation of the state, does not have the right to censor speech they disagree with. Contacting Twitter, which at the time was run by far-left progressives, asking for people to be silenced and asking for information to be removed and doing it from your position of authority as Secretary of State of Arizona, that is collusion at best and a criminal violation of the civil rights of those targeted at worst. Now look, anyone with any common sense has known big tech, especially social media platforms, have been working hand in hand with the Democrats to influence opinion for years now. We've known it, but there really hasn't been anything that we could do about it. Now things look like they might be ready to change. Pushback from people on the right has reached a fever pitch, and with Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter and the newfound freedom of conservative voices, the balance of power in the digital town square is finally starting to shift. Elon Musk's Twitter file releases have shown beyond a shadow of a doubt there was intentional suppression of stories and posts on Twitter, stories which could have been harmful to Joe Biden's campaign in 2020. We now know for a fact that there was collusion between the Biden campaign and Twitter to remove conservative content and to silence conservative voices, including locking Kayleigh McEnany, the White House spokeswoman, out of her Twitter account with just 20 days before the 2020 election. Now, do you suppose that these revelations about Katie Hobbs and her shady, if not illegal, collusion with Twitter have done anything to temper her push to have the Arizona election certified? No, of course not. In fact, just a few hours ago, Hobbs certified her own election as governor of Arizona. Only a few select people were allowed to attend the ceremony. The general public, of course, was not allowed. But what's really curious is that not even the press was allowed to attend the ceremony. Gosh, it almost seems like she has something to hide. You know what's not hiding? The like button. Hey, seriously, if you like the video, do me a favor and hit the like button. Then, if you're up for it, click on subscribe and hit the notification bell too. That way, you're going to be the first to know anytime we upload new content just like this. You'll also be helping the channel by telling the algorithm to show this video to other people who might be interested. Every little bit really does help, so thank you. Now, obviously, Kari Lake is going to challenge the certification. In fact, on Twitter, her war room has said, quote, "It's a backward process. But yes, once they certify, all legal action can begin. You can be disappointed. We certainly are. But there's no need to despair." I gotta tell you, I'm not so sure about that. I think the people of Arizona have a lot to despair about. This election saw inconsistency after inconsistency, irregularity after irregularity. This election saw the Arizona Secretary of State threaten to imprison election officials who refused to certify the results until investigations were concluded. And now, Arizonans have a governor that many, including myself, by the way, don't believe actually won the election. Will Kari Lake and her team sue? Of course. Will they win? Unlikely. If there is one thing that the government hates more than telling the truth, it's admitting the truth when people within the government are violating the law or the rights of the people. I truly hope that I'm wrong. That's my take. What's your take? You can let me know your take in the comments below. You can also let me know your take by joining the cult at PolPopCult on all major social media outlets. Thank you for listening.